employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. Stacked with beer cheese, crispy onions, and a soft pretzel bun.
Nice buns, mate.
Boy, who fancy the song?
It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun.
She's the bar of A, she's the boy of A.
The pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger, back for a limited time at Wendy's.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glo Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glo Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glo Fiber. Simply brilliant.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
When your home needs comfort you can count on, turn to the team that's been here from the start. At Affordable Air, you'll meet friendly faces with expert advice, working to keep your system running top-notch or helping you find a new heating and cooling solution that keeps your home comfortable without breaking the bank. Earning your trust every visit, every call, and giving you peace of mind you deserve. Call us today. Affordable Air Heating and Cooling, where affordability meets integrity.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willey Son Trucking. Willey Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willey Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Sosa's The Dugout is Chillicothe's premier indoor baseball and softball training facility designed to serve local baseball and softball players of all ages. The Dugout is equipped with our fully featured hit tracks, the next-gen data capture and simulation system providing athletes with real-time feedback with the capability of playing in any of the 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. The dugout has a 70-foot by 12-foot batting and pitching cage, and every user has access to baseball and softball pitching machines, plyo wall and arm strength bands, pitching mounds and softball mats, multiple tees and hitting nets. Wall-to-wall AstroTurf, 285-inch TVs and Bluetooth speakers make the dugout the place to be for all of our area baseball and softball players, no matter the age. Train year-round, improve your performance, and further develop your skills in a fun and competitive environment at Sosa's The Dugout. Located in the heart of downtown Chillicothe at 185 East Main Street. Visit our website at sosadugout.com to reserve a time today.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
That way you go whenever you want. But no, I mean, the pregame will be pretty long if we go early, and you'll be able to take one here and there. Like right now, they go on there and maybe they don't put it on that anyway. But like once we're on, we want to try to not go as long. Hey. Put something in there. Did you say that it's the JV? Yeah. Like the end of the JV, varsity pregame will start in approximately 15 minutes. No. JV plays 45 all the time. put the crowd mics down there because we did that at Congo, and like you could probably hear me. But I said to myself, well, that means the crowd mics wasn't. Yeah.
We welcome you in to Gallia Academy High School. We've got Saturday afternoon volleyball here in Gallipolis. The Blue Angels of Gallia Academy hosting the Unioto Shermans in a marquee non-league showdown. Welcome in to Gallia Academy. Carson Francis and Shane Combs with you on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holder Health System. Shane, we've been talking about this game all week. It's the last game of our very busy opening weekend of the fall sports season. Excited to get to watch this one.
I can't wait. It's always fun to get our volleyball coverage going. I think we're going to have an uptick in terms of streams this year and the ability to get out and cover some of the really elite programs throughout the area. And when you talk elite programs, you obviously start here at Gallia Academy in terms of what they did a year ago and bring it back. And then Unioto's no stranger to success. Obviously, I've been one of the top volleyball programs in the area for quite some time. Always compete right there in the top couple in the SVC as well as and their overall record coming off 18 wins a year ago. So you get two teams together, non-league here on Saturday, opening day for Unioto. It's match number 2 for Gallia, and it should be a good one.
Yeah, looking at the landscape of this matchup, you have a Division III school who won 18 games a season ago. Gallia Academy was 24-1 before they got bounced in the district final by Circleville, and it's game 1 for Unioto, only game 2 for Gallia Academy, but a game that is going to go a long way in preparing both these teams to compete against some of the bigger schools that they'll have to face in the postseason.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Anytime you're doing preview shows, or in this case, you're doing a match really early in the season, there's a little bit of guesswork in it. And I think probably the guesswork comes on the Unioto side a little bit more. As you said, Gallia Academy, with the year they had a year ago, didn't graduate a senior. You know a little bit more what to expect in terms of lineup, their rotations, who they're going to look to for what. On the Unioto side, graduated about half the rotation, return about half the rotation. So there's a lot of things you can hang your hat on, and you know for sure that you're going to get a couple things. Then there are some question marks, and that's what makes this fun, is we'll kind of learn together. And Unioto is going to be a team that's going to continue to grow over the next month.
Yeah, and for Unioto, obviously, we know the SVC to be one of the toughest, if not sometimes the toughest conference to play in Southeast Ohio, when you got teams like Adena, St. Trace, Southeastern, Huntington, all sharing the league with you. Playing a team like a Gallia Academy right out of the gate will help prepare you for those tough matchups you're going to have to play in your league.
Certainly does. Scheduling's such a hard thing. It's something that John Bruce and I'll talk on social overtime this weekend. It's a topic that always comes up with week 1 football getting underway. I think it's for all sports. You get into volleyball, and you do want to be very strategic in who you play. Where do you rank in your conference year in, year out? And that kind of helps determine how you want to step it up or step it down, maybe as I said in the league. For Gallia Academy, obviously going to live at the top of the OVC here in recent years and many years to come. I think what you'll watch is they'll probably take their non-league schedule, as they're doing this year, and they'll crank it up a little bit more. Unioto's always kind of been in that realm. As I said, I can't think of very many years at all where Unioto volleyball is usually not going to live the top half, if not at the very tops of the SVC in those top couple spots. So, they're going to look to do the same in a non-league. And you look down the list there on their non-league, and they're certainly doing that this year. And it starts here today with a really good Gallia Academy road test.
Well, for those of you watching at home, if you got to watch our coverage of the Summer Volleyball Tournament Series over at the Root Sports and Fitness Center, you might remember that our first matchup of the day was between Unioto and Gallia Academy, so teams that played each other in the preseason. And we talked about this a little bit with our football coverage this past weekend, but how much do you think preseason preparation goes into some of these early matchups?
Oh, I think it goes a lot. And look, at the coaching side, you're kidding yourself. I think there's so much lying to yourself if you don't think what you have coming back matters in that preparation, because what happens is things speed up or slow down. When you have an experienced group coming back, there's obviously a foundation and a review and some non-negotiable fundamentals that you want to work and work and work, but you can really move a lot faster and you can really start to see some growth. When you're starting to fill some holes in your rotation, some younger kids playing varsity for the first time, that's a process. And you can try to hurry it all you want. More times than not, it's going to take a little time. If you remember at the root that day, by the way, what an event that was.
Absolutely.
They were outstanding down there. See, that day I was saying that Unioto was going to be a work in progress at that point, and a month from at that point, we would see it a little bit more. I think today that's true. We'll see it a little bit more. I would even still double down on that and say the thing about Unioto today coming into this type of test, no matter how it goes, I think a month from now they'll be even further along. So I would say a Gallia Academy is probably, to your question, a little bit more in a mid-season form because of what they return, where Unioto may be still trying to figure out a few spots in the rotation.
Well, when we were over at the Root a couple weeks ago, we got to talk to both Coach Webb from Gallia Academy and Coach Gavin Patterson from Unioto. And when we talked to Coach Patterson, he talked a lot about the youth in his program and how, yes, Unioto does return a lot from that team that won 18 games a season ago, but there's also a lot that will be back a year from now, a lot of experience to be gained. And what better way to start than with a marquee non-league matchup against a team like a Gallia Academy?
Yeah, great point, because what happens in a program like Unioto, just about every year, you're going to bring a handful of girls to the high school level who are going to have potential, and their ceiling's going to be really, really high. So you have some kids coming back, and then you got young kids up hungry to make varsity, and you blend all together, and you have some tough personnel decisions to make in terms of putting your rotation together. So you're right. If you remember that day at the Root, they didn't really travel with a whole lot of the youth, but he did mention how excited they were. Now looking down at the roster, they have a little bit more of that presence here. Again, got a pretty good idea, 85% of the rotation we're going to see. Anxious to see how the rest of it will play out.
Looking over at Gallia Academy's side, already game under their belt, a league win over Fairland in straight sets on Tuesday evening, 25-8, 25-13, 25-13. That game, Gallia Academy was led by the reigning OVC Player of the Year, Grayson Clark, who dished out 42 assists in this season opener. You can go down this whole list of players and you can say a lot about each one. I think that is a testament to where this Gallia Academy program is at, no matter senior, freshman, top to bottom. This Gallia Academy squad is loaded.
Yeah, no question. But you get 42 assists in a 3-set match. That's getting it. So what that tells you, and you look down through the kill total in there, really able, it's kind of an equal opportunity, really spreading the wealth. 17 kills for Barnes, 12 for the outstanding freshman Pugh, 9 Frazier, 7 Abby Clark, all the way down. So what that tells you is exactly what we expect to see today. Who's the go-to, so to speak? It's kind of like a basketball. It's the open person, right? This is a very balanced attack. As long as they're passing the ball on target, led by Chloe Bennett back there in that back row, on target to Clark, she's going to spread the wealth really well to a bunch of hitters, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on that defensive net play of Unioto.
And this is something that we'll talk about as the match progresses today, but I'm just looking at the non-league schedule for both Unioto and Gallia Academy. There's a lot of really good matchups we're going to see here later on. Unioto, their first 4 games of the season today against Gallia Academy, and then next week you play the likes of a South Webster, Logan Elm, and Chillicothe before you open up your league slate. And then looking down the list for Gallia Academy, I'm seeing Unioto, Bloom Carroll, Miami Trace, Wheelersburg, Newark Catholic, Chillicothe. The list goes on. Just a lot of good non-league competition we're going to see on both sides starting today. But again, as I talked about, I think that's going to be something that they're going to look to not only just improve in their league play, but as they prepare for the tournament. I know Division III is going to be loaded like it was last year. Division IV is going to be a bracket to watch out for come tournament time. So maybe still early in the season, but plenty to look forward to, maybe a little preview of what we can see from both of these teams going forward.
Yeah, I think what happens, Carson, you have year after year, you have that regular season success, and it really starts to build the program. And then you start knocking on different levels of tournament play, and you always want to break down the barrier and take just a little bit of an additional step. And I think that's where the non-league schedule does come into play. Once you started to really dominate your conference a little bit, and you start to find yourself with a really good record, and hey, we're getting to this point of the postseason, we'd like to push a little further. A lot of times that non-league schedule can prepare you for those moments that you know are going to come later this season.
Well, still moments away from our varsity game getting underway. Shane, we got to catch a really good JV game before this one, Unioto winning in 3 sets. I remember watching a stream that you and Dewey did last year and talking about how many 3-set JV matches you had before a really good varsity match. So I feel like that's a sign that a trend will continue into this season.
Yes, if Shane Combs is walking into the gym to watch volleyball and you're a bet man, there's a good chance the JV match is going 3. But no, in all seriousness, that was outstanding. And that's the other characteristic of 2 programs like this, is when you sit down to watch JV volleyball, Carson, what you're watching is probably 75% of the girls that would be playing varsity, and it's 75% of the other schools. But in programs like this, it's kind of a wait your turn type of thing.
Well, we're just about 10 minutes away from the first serve between Unioto and Gallia Academy. We'll step aside for a little bit, come back, get you ready for this match to get underway. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top-quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news. Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. Stacked with beer cheese, crispy onions, and a soft pretzel bun.
Nice buns, mate.
Boy, who fancy the song?
It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun.
She's the bar of a city, she's the boy of
The pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger, back for a limited time at Wendy's.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
When your home needs comfort you can count on, turn to the team that's been here from the start. At Affordable Air, you'll meet friendly faces with expert advice, working to keep your system running top-notch or helping you find a new heating and cooling solution that keeps your home comfortable without breaking the bank. Earning your trust every visit, every call, and giving you peace of mind you deserve. Call us today. Affordable Air Heating and Cooling, where affordability meets integrity.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
We welcome you back to Gallia Academy just a few minutes before we get underway between the Blue Angels and Unioto, the season opener for the Shermans. Gallia Academy 1-0 on the year. Carson Francis and Shane Combs back with you. Shane, let's talk a little bit more about Unioto. Who are some players we can expect to have a big day today?
Well, I think it really starts, the whole organization of their attack starts with their 5-1 setter, Kinsley Batson. The junior had a terrific sophomore season a year ago. Obviously, in the assist category, as you'd expect from the 5-1 setter, but really across the board, really good server, does a nice job defending out of her setter spot, and she kind of quarterbacks it all. And then what will happen is Kylie Puckett will replace at the libero spot, left of the graduation Stanley, and so that right there starts a big factor. The ability to pass it on target, led by Puckett, and then allowing Batson to spread the ball out. They certainly have some players across the net coming back. Dennis, Charlotte Dennis is someone that is well known in the area. A big sophomore year. Obviously an outstanding basketball player as well. And then, they'll get balance across the way. On our preview show, it's so overtime, I kind of highlighted a girl. And remember, we did the same down at the root. I think Corey Grubbs becomes a really, really important player. Got her feet wet a little bit at the varsity level last year, Carson. On your stat sheet says, 59 kills during her rookie season. Look for that production to skyrocket this year. She's going to get far more opportunity, most likely on the outside. And that's going to be important because, remember, Coach Patterson talked to us about Unioto got so much offense out of the middle last year. They got to be able to spread it up and down the net just a little bit more.
And looking over at Gallia Academy, I kind of talked about it a little bit with, just from top to bottom on this roster, you've got players that are just as capable of going out and making things happen. And somebody that, we talk about the youth in Gallia Academy's program with players like Aspen Barnes, who had a great freshman season before injuries cut things a little short. Piper Pugh, a highly anticipated freshman coming in, already has a Division I basketball offer from Morehead State, had a pretty nice varsity debut, but the seniors in this Gallia Academy program deserve just as much recognition. They've put, going into their fourth year of putting in all this work into the program, people like Aubrey Frazier and Abby Clark. I'm sure Coach Webb is very glad to have them back, despite, obviously there's hype around everybody in the program. Everybody's talking about the youth, but there's no youth without that veteran leadership.
Well, that's a great point, because when you look back to the foundation year, going back 2 or 3 years ago, the senior class has kind of been just that, with obviously the incredible setter play of Grayson Clark. But I love what you said there about Aubrey Frazier and Abby Clark, because here's two seniors earlier in their career, they weren't as deep, so they were getting more swings, Carson. So what happens there? This from sports, you get more production, right? The stat sheet goes up. I would even throw that with Mallory Petro in the back row in that senior class. As the years have gone on, younger kids have started to blend in with them. The overall team, the overall program has gotten better, but give them a lot of credit because they've been willing to sacrifice a little bit of the me for the we, and that leadership has gone a long way to creating this balanced attack. They've been willing to give up a little bit opportunity and therefore statistics in order to put an overall better product on the court and win more volleyball matches.
And win some more volleyball matches last year. They did a lot, 24-1 before bowing down to Circleville in a Division IV district final. We talked a little bit with Coach Webb over at the Root a couple weeks ago, talking about her program being able to take that next step. Obviously, step one is winning the regular season. They did that on Tuesday night, a home sweep over Fairland, a great opportunity against a quality non-league opponent. But there's a lot to like about what Coach Ashton Webb is building right now in Gallia Academy volleyball.
Well, when I come down here, I always talk about the overall culture of the volleyball program. It's really an event. You know how much I love volleyball. I get out to a lot of different gyms, see a lot of different matchups. Obviously, Gallia Academy is really, really good, but before the game even starts, you can sense it in the gym. Here we are on a Saturday morning. Football season's underway, right? Golf's underway, cross country's underway, all these things going on. Here we are on a Saturday morning. Nice crowd, good event. You got the music playing, got the ball girls down here working the JV. As you start to get into the starting lineups, you'll see a little bit of more what we're talking about. They kind of take the volleyball to a whole other level. And you can't convince me, as long as I've been in education, that some young girls don't respond to that. These ball girls down here courtside watching these girls go up and swing away and play in these high-level matches. That's that foundation that continues to start that program from the bottom up. And that really goes a long way in future success as well.
Well, how many volleyball gyms do you go to where you walk in for a game and the mezzanine level on the bleachers is out and you got people sitting up there? That's really awesome. I'm sure the kids love to play in this, and I'm excited to be able to call a game in this environment as well.
Well, I would throw Unioto into that mix here as well, being the visiting team on a Saturday morning. You look down here underneath us, and it's, there's a nice crowd here as well. And that's what you love about these types of programs. These programs get to this point because parents and community, they get behind and support it. And you can tell that by a really nice atmosphere here for a Saturday morning non-conference volleyball match.
Well, just moments away from this game getting underway. Player introductions, our national anthem, and much more to come. We'll step aside for the delivery of the game ball, take a quick break, and come back for the start of this matchup.
As a member of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, Gallia Academy High School welcomes you to this interscholastic contest between Unioto High School and Gallia Academy.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willey Son Trucking. Willey Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willey Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
Now let's meet the players for tonight's game. Starting with the Shermans from Unioto High School. Number 1, junior Jordan Stark. Number 2, sophomore Corey Grubbs. Number 3, junior Charlotte Dennis. Number 4, junior Kylie Puckett. Number 5, junior Libby Anderson. Number 6, junior Kingsley Batson. Number 7, senior Chelsea Hepler. Number 8, a freshman Emma Spetnagel. Number 9, a senior Avery Atkins. Number 10, junior Abigail Watson. Number 11, sophomore Lily England. Number 12, junior Bailey Sever. Number 13, freshman Clara Spetnagel. And number 14, a senior Erica B. The Shermans are coached by Gavin Peterson and assisted by Kristen Posey, Kaylee Gillum, and Lori Anderson. And now, for your Gallia Academy Blues. Number 1, Number 2, JC McWhorter. Number 3, Grayson Clark. Number 4, Piper Hughes. Number 5, Willey Son. Number 7, Barr. Number 8, Jacob Timber. Number 11, Riley Saunders. Number 14, Brand. Number 18, Ari Rice. Number 20, Mallory Petro. Number 21, Abby Clark. Number 22, Kenzie Mitchell. And number 23, Aubrey Draker. The Blue Angels are coached by Ashton Webb and assisted by Louis Timon, Janelle McClellan, and Amanda Payne.
If an introduction like that doesn't get you ready for this one, I don't know what will. But to your point, Shane, part of what makes this atmosphere so special coming down here, players getting that type of introduction, and we're ready to catch what should be a really good volleyball game today.
Yeah, I'm anxious to get going. As I said, we put together an incredible volleyball slate here at Unioto Gallia Academy today. We're gonna get the likes to see. You and I are going to see Waverly, Miami Trade Jump. Bruce and I'll be back down here. I now understand Thursday night. Lynn Carroll, coming in.
That'll
here
be a great game.
Academy. You and I are going to see this Unioto team against Chillicothe. Like we got a big time slate coming up here in about an 8 days.
We'll get into the SVC conference play a little bit. We'll see some SOC action later on. Should be the start of what's going to be a really great year for us here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by our new title sponsor in Holzer Health System. Unioto will take first serve. It'll be Libby Anderson to send things away for the Shermans.
Once they get settled in here, Bennett, Pugh, and Petro will come across the back row here. The serve receive, Carson, so important for this talented Gallia Academy offense to be able to go in rhythm.
Anderson sets it up, sends it away. We're underway from Gallipolis. Here's a set by Clark near side. Barnes finds a spot opposite side.
Nice little adjustment there for Barnes. Finds a spot cross court. The trick for the Unioto block is so many times you're playing against an opponent where you can cheat your block a certain way. Can't really do that against this balanced attack.
Grayson Clark, the serve for Gallia Academy. Here's Charlotte Dennis near side. A little too much heat on the attack. Point to Gallia Academy.
Yeah, first ball over, trying to go to Dennis. On that backside, just a little wide.
Grayson Clark, the serve once again. Battle at the net. Clark, the serve. Barnes going for it. Caught a little bit of the net, but it falls on on Unioto's side, rather. 3-0 run early for the Blue Angels.
Yeah, nice start for Barnes.
Clark, the serve again. Bats in the set. Near side, Grubbs. Clark, the set. Frazier, opposite side, and finds a spot near her. Quick start for Gallia Academy.
Yeah, Frazier being able to use her on that backside, such an advantage because she's also going to impact defensively as a blocker.
Here's Charlotte Dennis now near side. Good dig by Chloe Bennett. Clark going for the kill. Unioto with it. Corey Grubbs going opposite way. Gallia Academy has no answer. And Unioto finally on the board.
Yeah, help them settle in a little bit. Good sign to see Grubbs swinging on the outside there. That's a big production piece that we talked about that I think is going to impact their success this year.
A mishap on the serve there by Unioto. Right back to Gallia Academy goes a point. Aston Barnes the serve, and it goes right into the net.
You know, talk risk reward in the serve all the time. Against opponents like this, you do want to serve tough, but you got to be able to avoid the mistakes.
Kinsley Batson, the honorable mention all-district selection a season ago, serves it for Unioto. Here's Piper Pugh near side. Batson the set, Grubbs the dink. And a nice dig by Grayson Clark trying to save it, but all to no avail.
This is a rotation Unioto usually really good in. Batson, an outstanding server, and then setting across the back row, has 3 threats at the net.
There's Clark the set near side for Pugh. He finds a sweet spot for a point.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the rookie. If you haven't had a chance to see her play, terrific basketball player, and you can see her go off the floor there. Not a lot of freshmen about that swing.
Served by Riley Saunders now for Gallia Academy. Here's Abigail Watson blocked. The Unioto still with it. Grubbs near side. Set, Pugh fires and connects. Back-to-back kills from the freshman Piper Pugh, 7-3 Blue Angels.
Outstanding setter play there. 1, to stay out of the net. 2, to still pop it up to a hitter in position swing.
Batson sets it up for Grubbs near side, double-handed. Clark the set, the dink by Abby Clark. It's a nice soft touch right in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, just like we talked about already, we're only 8 points into the match, Carson. I looked down at my stat sheet, already 4 different Blue Angels with a kill.
And another point. Riley Saunders with the service ace. Say she's on a roll. Unioto not quite ready for that.
I think they got someone leaving early there. Good time out here, just try to settle them down on the road.
The Unioto will take its first time out. 9-3 Gallia Academy in front. Blue Angels off to a really hot start, Shane.
Well, and it's been a balanced attack. Pretty good serving. You look down here, Clark with 6 assists already, and it's come to 4 different kids. And that's what makes it so difficult. If you do not get them out of system with some tough serving, they become really hard to handle because, as I was saying there on that opening point, in a scouting report, you can't really cheat your block anywhere. So what happens because of that, they all do a good job of going. They trust their setter to find them. So rarely are they going up against the double block. They usually stay one-on-one, and oftentimes they even get an open man.
How would you like to see Unioto adjust to kind of put themselves back in the mix of this one?
Well, I think it starts on the service game, serving and servicing. So like right here, starts with a good pass on target, the ability just to settle into the match.
Riley Saunders to serve it again for Gallia Academy. Here's Kara Spetnagel near side, overpass Watson, can't connect.
And you see Spetnagel there. Just the freshman getting a swing there.
Saunders again sends it. Way to stick with it, Puckett. The free ball by Batson. Now Gallia Academy. Here's Frazier into the back corner.
Yeah, when they're in that good a rhythm and that pass is that perfect to the setter and everyone's going, there's not a lot of answers for that.
Batson the set for Watson over the middle. Saunders the dig. Clark to Pugh. Puckett sets one up. Spetnagel sends it over. Clark again. Here's Pugh near side with some heat. We'll try it again. Clark this time to Frazier with one hand. Good effort by Puckett, the libero. Pugh will try again, and she's blocked. Abigail Watson elevates and sends it over with two hands.
Yeah, our best overall volleyball there, back and forth. Outstanding defensive play from Batson earlier in that, and then Watson finishes it off, getting up there, putting up the big block.
74 kills last season for Abigail Watson. Corey Grubbs sends it over, catches a piece of the net, but takes a Unioto bounce for a service ace.
Well, you certainly take it. That's what I'm talking about there. You're going to have to take a little bit of a chance in the service game because you got to be able to get Gallia Academy just a little out of system.
Clark on the free ball. Puckett the dig. Batson the set for Watson. And Watson sends it off the hands of Chloe Bennett. Unioto answering back with 3 straight points.
Well, and that's what I'm talking about when the serve receives not on target. They get kind of a free ball, and then Batson and company able to go with a little quicker pace and take it right back at them.
Grubbs to serve again. Clark the set. Pugh tried to send it down that near side. A little too much air under it.
Nice response for Unioto, down 10-3 in the timeout, all the way back to 12-7 now. Little momentum maybe starting to shift just a little bit.
Grayson Clark the set to Piper Pugh again, and Pugh tooling the block to Gallia's advantage. Back to the service line go the Blue Angels.
That's what impresses you about the young hitter there, the ability to adjust and understand what the defense is trying to do to you.
Mallory Petro now the server for Gallia Academy. Spetnagel gets it over. Clark the dump. Good dig by Puckett. And Unioto can't capitalize.
Great job by Abby Clark using the size, but also the athleticism to stay out of the net.
Petro to serve again into the net.
Second error so far on the service line for Gallia Academy.
Ketley Kepler to send it over. Clark over with one hand. Batson sets one up. Libby Anderson far side. Now Clark with two hands. Battle for it at the net. Clark the free ball. And finds the back corner. Corey Grubbs trying to race there, but not in time. Great awareness by Grayson Clark.
Yeah, just enough. Utilize the court vision there. Put it in a spot where even if they do get to it, they'll be a little out of system.
Piper Pugh sends it away. Unioto just gets it over at Spetnagel. Now Clark, the set to Barnes. Nice effort by Batson. Clark sets one up again for Abby Clark. Unioto able to get a piece of it. Libby Anderson goes up with one hand and knocks it through.
Yeah, really good effort there from Batson. Once as a setter, once as a defender, and that athleticism keeps the ball off the floor, gives Anderson a chance to deliver the point.
Kara Spetnagel, the freshman, to send it away. Batson over the middle to Dennis, who lost it. Clark, now Barnes. Barnes goes opposite way and connects on the far side.
Well, and again, Barnes so talented, able to adjust off different things. But again, the setter play, that's the advantage of the Elite 5-1 setters. Sometimes, Carson, your pass doesn't have to be perfect. Look how far she comes off and still delivers the ball to the outside on target.
Charlotte Dennis, far side. Nice dig by Bennett. Now the set over the middle for Riley Saunders. Connecting for a kill. Gallia Academy up 17-9.
Yeah, Saunders, the 5th Blue Angel with a kill in the set. Love that quick action when she gets on top of 7.
Serve from Chloe Bennett. Catches the net and falls in front of Gallia Academy. Service back to Unioto.
Yeah, really the only thing to pick on in the early going, up 17-10, and 3 of those have been errors on the service line from Gallia Academy.
And Libby Anderson's going to give it right back to the Blue Angels. A service error into the net. Gallia Academy already a match under their belt. A straight set win over Fairland right here on Tuesday night. Grayson Clark serves. There's Grubbs on the other end, blocked. Dug up by Batson. Now Dennis on the free ball. Pugh the dig on the back line. Here's Barnes near side, and Barnes splits the defense for a kill.
Yeah, Barnes off to a nice start. 4 kills. That's the 11th assist already for Clark.
And Coach Gavin Patterson's going to burn a timeout, and we will take it with him. 19-10 Gallia Academy here in the first set. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation.
Back here at Gallia Academy, the Blue Angels lead Unioto 19-10 in the first set. Shane, what do you like so far from Gallia Academy offensively?
Well, it has to be the balance. You know, 5 different girls with kills, Clark with the 11 assists, spreading the wealth. You know, what happens, Carson, is there's just no weak spot in the rotation. So many teams have holes or rotation spots they can't get out of. I just don't see where that's going to be a problem for this team.
Grayson Clark serving, and it goes right into the net. We'll set up the libero, Kylie Puckett, to send it away for the Shermans. And back and forth it goes.
Yeah, both teams fighting a little bit. That's now Unioto's 3rd service error.
Aspen Barnes the serve for the Blue Angels. Batson to Grubbs, far side, a little too hot.
Yeah, I think that's something Coach Patterson's going to live with there, because you want her aggressive on the outside. And I think a couple weeks from now, you're going to see her really start to settle in and take off.
Here's Frazier opposite side. Nice effort by Anderson. Grubbs far side. Clark trying to save it, but it's out of bounds. Point to Unioto.
Yeah, nice job, Anderson, keeping the ball off the floor, and then Batson gets it outside and able to deliver.
Batson will send it away. Clark the set, far side for Frazier. An overpass by the Shermans. Bennett, the set, Frazier again, and Frazier connecting into the back row.
Nice job, Chloe Bennett, stepping in there, recognizing setter, taking that first ball, and she sets it up there and gets an assist for herself.
That's in the set. Watson down the middle. Clark a high set. Pugh dug up by Batson. Puckett near side, blocked, and Abby Clark wins the 50-50 ball. And Gallia Academy 2 points away from an opening set win.
Yeah, I thought Unioto missed an opportunity. You got to communicate with your setter off that first ball so you can get in system.
Batson, the set to Grubbs near side blocked. What a save by the Blue Angels. Clark gets it over. Batson, the set and blocking Spetnagel. Piper Pugh and Abby Clark in on the block party. Set point for the Blue Angels. Saunders the serve. And this one out of play and a service ace by Riley Saunders. Closes out the first set for Gallia Academy. 25-12 over Unioto. And the first set belongs to the Blue Angels. We'll step aside, come back for the second set. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health Systems.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glo Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber to the home network, whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glo Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glo Fiber, simply brilliant.
Welcome you back to Gallia Academy as the Blue Angels take the first set over Unioto, a 25-12 first set win. Gallia Academy got off to a red hot start, never really looked back from there, and that's why they lead 1-0.
Yeah, nice and complete. Said Clark with 11 assists, spreads it out to 5 different hitters. Hugh with 3 kills, Barnes with 4, Saunders with 1. She also has 2 aces. Abby Clark I've got for 3. There was one up top there that, with the kill or the block, but I think with 3 and then Frazier with 3 as well. So you get that type of balance. You don't love the 4 service errors, but I know if they're trying to serve tough and hit some spots, that's something you feel like will be maybe an inconsistency earlier in the year that'll get better as the year goes on. But overall, got to love it. On the Unioto side, Batson with the 5 early assists. That they had 3 service errors. Grubbs with 3 kills. Got to get Charlotte Dennis going a little bit there. She didn't get a lot of opportunity. Now, a lot of that had to do with the pressure Gallia Academy was putting on Unioto, and it's really had them out of system. Got to be able to not force Batson into so much of a defensive role so she can get to the net so that you can get back on the attack. Because if you don't get on the attack, you're just going to be on your heels, and Gallia Academy is going to come at you from all 3 spots on the net all day long.
I thought offensively, Unioto had some good sets. They were having some good offensive plays there, just unable to execute.
And again, that's the size that Gallia Academy, we don't talk enough about their size and athleticism defensively either. Frazier playing a lot more on that weak side. She becomes a huge block. That's a big time challenge for the other team's strong side hitter. And they can do that because they're not giving up any size in the middle because of Clark, because of Saunders. It's just so deep.
Gallia Academy will have first serve here in the second set. Grayson Clark standing at the service line. She sends it away. Batson the set to Dennis on the far side, dug up by Chloe Bennett. Clark, the set. Here's Barnes going opposite way, and it just finds the inside of that line. And the first point of the second set goes to Gallia Academy.
Yeah, I like when she gets out wide there. She's really able to go cross court. Tough to block.
Batson the set to Dennis. Now Bennett near side. Here's Barnes again. Overpass, and Gallia Academy can't connect. A little miscommunication. Saunders sends it into the net.
It was. Libero Bennett was coming up, and calling it. Clark was coming off the net. Looked like TJ Friedel and Dane
I
Myers.
knew you were
going to
bring that up, Shane.
But
Don't
I'll
remind me.
I'll let it go.
Aspen Barnes far side. Unioto gets it over and it lands in no man's land.
See if Unioto can settle into this, set a little quicker. Gallia Academy was able to get out quick in that first set. Got away from Unioto.
Libby Anderson serving for Unioto. Here's Frazier, a soft touch near side. We get a violation against Aubrey Frazier, point to the Shermans.
Yeah, tight to the net. Frazier did all she could. I thought she avoided it for a second with the left shoulder. Not sure if the shoulder caught the net or the foot got well over the line.
Anderson launches it over again. Clark the set to Saunders right down the middle.
Yeah, I think they've got Saunders maybe in the net as well.
And you're playing very aggressive in that middle, in that front row. You've got to be a little careful. There's Clark, the set. Barnes gets it over Batson. The set to Grubbs, blocked, and Unioto has no answer. Frazier and Saunders teaming up for the block. Gallia Academy back to the service line.
Yeah, that's just poor coverage there. That's pretty basic coverage where you got to be down and protect on that block. That ball should never get to the floor.
That's in the set. Grubbs far side can't connect. A little wide.
Both teams trading some airs back and forth here. See which team can clean it up. That's going to be the one that gets the control of this set.
Bats on the set to Dennis near side. Dennis fires one back there and gets the deflection for a Unioto point. 5-3 Shermans.
Yeah, good to see her get a swing.
Kylie Puckett sends it away. Bennett the dig, but nothing after that. A service ace.
Up coming back after a couple of airs early. Drops that one in there.
Clark, the set. Here's Pugh. Nice dig by Puckett, but it falls out of bounds. Nobody on the Sherman side can get there.
Yeah, big time swing. Originally dug up and got to be able to keep that ball off the floor.
6-4 Unioto bats in the set to Watson, who's blocked over the middle. Unioto staying with it. Grubbs far side, too long.
There's a great example of what happens, Carson. The size, you get blocks, and you try to go up over top of the block, and that's what causes the hitting error long.
Overpass by the Shermans. Now Gallia Academy sends it back over. Here's Pugh near side. Grubbs goes opposite way. Clark the set. Pugh will try it again, and Pugh throwing it down.
Wow.
We're seeing this very talented freshman, everything on display here this afternoon. Pugh will try again. Bats in the set. Grubbs blocked by Frazier. 7-6 Blue Angels.
Great defensive effort there. I believe that was Atkins. Kept that ball off the floor, got back on the attack, but then the defensive point for Gallia Academy.
Batson dumps it over. Batson the set to Grubbs. Grubbs fires it in there. Gallia Academy without an answer. Unioto knots it back up at 7.
Yeah, I like what I see from Grubbs here in the early going. Got her for 5 kills already, and just want to continue to see her stay on the attack.
Batson to serve now. Clark, the set. Frazier double blocked. Gallia Academy saves it. Here's Pugh again. Pugh over the double block.
Athletic adjustment there to go to the two-handle. Allowed her to control it just a little bit more. And back and forth here a little bit more in the second set, a little bit more competitive.
Mallory Petro serves it away for the Blue Angels. Kara Spetnagel, far side. Clark, the set. Pugh again. Dug up by Batson. Spetnagel, the save. Grubbs blocked. Puck at the dig. Grubbs will try again. Petro to Clark. Pugh again. Piper. Pugh can do it all.
Pretty good back and forth attack there. The ability to attack the other team's setter on their defensive spot really can take their offense out of rhythm.
Batson to Spetnagel, far side. Spetnagel lost it out of bounds. Petro the serve again. Batson sets one up to Grubbs near side, dug up by Bennett. Now Pugh, the soft touch, and finds the sweet spot.
Another nice adjustment there. Petro's a really important player for Gallia Academy, Carson. We'll talk about her a little bit more as the day goes on, both as a server and as a passer.
Clark, the set to Abby Clark, who spikes it in there for a point. Blue Angels up 5.
Yeah, Clark to Clark connection. They go quick. Their middles do a good job for Gallia getting on top of their setters.
Batson the set near the net. Gallia Academy thought that was 4 touches, and they eventually do get that call.
Little pause there. I don't know if they had to recount it or.
And Coach Patterson will burn a timeout. 13-7. Gallia Academy in front here in the second set. Thought to start that set, Unioto looked a little more in sync offensively. Like Gallia Academy's regrouped and they built a 6-point lead.
Yeah, just like that. What, it was 8-7. Then you go back to start, now it's 13-7. And it goes back to something I said earlier. There's just not a hole in the rotation. It doesn't matter what spot out of the 6 that you're in. Clark is always going to have an elite outside because of Pugh or Barnes. Always going to have an elite option in the middle because of Saunders or Clark. And then now with Frazier moving to the outside, I mean, wow. You know, it's just it's in every spot. I mentioned Petro a second ago. As the year goes on, that senior will be important. She's a good server, but again, her serve receive and her ability to defend. Think about it. Every time Petro and Bennett are able to keep the ball at the floor and get a pass on target to Clark, that's one more time that one of these talented 5 hitters are going to get a chance to swing.
Mallory Petro, 64 service aces, 144 digs a season ago. And she's got a service ace right there. She can do a little bit of everything for this Gallia Academy squad.
Yeah, and I'm sure, you know, as I said, with a lot of varsity experience, provides good example for the younger kids.
Batson the save. Spetnagel sends it over. Clark the set. Piper Pugh down the middle, dug up by Batson. Now Grubbs far side blocked. Unioto trying to stay with it. Batson the free ball. Petro. Abby Clark far side just misses.
Yeah, right idea. They usually run that action a little bit more out of the true middle. That time they were pushed over, was with Clark in the front row. They were pushed over to the far side, and she didn't quite have the real estate that she thought she had to her right side.
14-8, Gallia Academy leads. Corey Grubbs, the sophomore, serves it for Unioto. And Piper Pugh answers right back. It's been the Piper Pugh show this afternoon, and she's shown off here in the second set.
Yeah, up to 9 kills now. Clark starting to push 20 on the assist total. I think that's 19 unofficial. All these are unofficial, of course.
Now Pugh will serve and sends it right into the net. Even when she misses, just see a flame coming off the ball whenever she hits it.
That's that jump serve we saw at the root, and I noticed she didn't use it as much when some of the sets were tighter. I think that's going to be a work in progress. That's obviously an incredible weapon if she gets confident enough to turn that loose whenever.
Aspen Barnes going opposite side, can't connect. Sherman's back within 5.
Sorry, Carson. Chance to maybe for Unioto to get back in here. Just stay on 5.
Grayson Clark, the set. Abby Clark, far side. Kepler, the save, blocked. Dennis to dig. Kepler on the free ball. Bennett, the dig. Now Batson the set to Seaver near side. And misses on that attack. Gallia Academy back to the service line.
Yeah, the pace that Gallia Academy is playing with just has Unioto scrambling a little bit defensively, and as a result, just not being able to get on any attack whatsoever.
There's a service ace from Chloe Bennett, the Gallia Academy libero. Looks like Corey Grubbs tried to make a play on it, just went through her hands.
4 aces now for Gallia Academy. Bennett becomes the third different player to have one.
Batson the set to Dennis, far side. Dennis fires one in there, a mile-high dig from Bennett. And now Pugh comes in from the backside and lost one over for a kill. Timeout, Unioto. We will quickly take it with them. 18-10 Gallia Academy here in the second set. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the hometown advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly, or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
18-10 Gallia Academy in front here in set number 2. Carson Francis, Shane Combs back with you as Chloe Bennett will return to the service line for the Blue Angels.
Bennett had a big-time dig there on that last point. Dennis, one of the rare times she's been able to really fire away, send a rocket. Bennett was able to dig it right up.
And Batson the dig near side. Batson the set to Dennis. Dennis fires one in there. Gallia Academy gotta hurry. Aspen Barnes sends it over. Libby Anderson. Clark with one hand. Batson to Anderson, far side. Nice dig by Pugh. Clark to Barnes near side. And I believe they're going to say it was a net violation by Gallia Academy.
Followed into the net, I believe, right here on our near side.
I'll send Avery Adkins to the service line for the Shermans. Adkins lost it over. Clark, the set for Saunders. And Saunders sends it to the near sideline for a Gallia Academy kill.
It's just so good. It's kind of like the no-look pass of a point guard and basketball. You see how the setter just looks the block off and then still has the ability to accurately put it out there for Saunders to go quick.
Charlotte Dennis on the attack, catches a piece of the net, but it does not matter. Takes a Unioto bounce for a point. You talked about how the Shermans need to try to get Charlotte Dennis more involved. I think they've tried to do that a little bit more in this second set.
No question.
Now Clark, the set to Barnes, far side, and she tools the block to put Gallia Academy at 20.
Yeah, to your point on Dennis, shut out there in the first set. Now does have a couple kills, but honestly, on most nights would have 3 or 4, but the defense of Bennett has been outstanding.
Service error by Aspen Barnes. Sends it back to Unioto. Kylie Puckett to send things away. And she'll get a service ace. No return by Gallia Academy.
Yeah, try to find a little unique spot there in the serve receive. She placed it in the perfect spot.
Puckett will try again. Clark, the set. Pugh on the near side. Connects.
I love the space that they create for her, and then she's able to get out wide. It's just so hard for the block to get all the way out there and set that angle.
Saunders lofts it over. Batson dumps it over with one hand and answers right back for the Shermans.
Nice adjustment, and that's all possible with her live in the front row because the pass is on target. Batson's been running around wild here with some of the loose passing. That time on target, able to make a nice play.
Clark the set, Pugh near side, dug up by Batson. Puckett the set, Spetnagel the dump, and Spetnagel connects.
Good court vision there. Kara takes the two hands and pushes it into the corner. Gallia Academy does a good job attacking the other team's setter too, and that's caused the problem for Unioto.
Batson to serve again. Clark the set to Pugh. Pugh with a lot of heat, but Kinsley Batson right there, and the overpass falls in just the right spot.
Yeah, as we talked about, Batson, a terrific defender. You don't love the setter taking that first ball because it takes out a system. There's just no choice in those attacks. There are some other times, I think, if Unioto could get her called off and get her pushed in the net, they'd be able to go a little bit quicker. But there you do see her outstanding defensive ability as well.
So Coach Ashton Webb burns a timeout for the Blue Angels, up 21-17 here in the second set. What do you think Gallia Academy is talking about in the huddle as they look to close out this second set?
I think that's just it. As you watch Gallia Academy, throughout the day here, they've been pretty focused, pretty locked in. I don't think you want to allow a Unioto team to believe. You don't want to start to give them confidence. I think this second set's been far more competitive. If I was going to pick on anything on the Gallia Academy side, maybe some of the service errors. They had 4 in the first set, now 2 more here. So, nothing major, but you just want to try to avoid the mistakes and try to stay real clean in the way you're playing.
Unioto looking to climb back into this one, down 4 as Kinsley Batson serves out of the timeout. Now Clark the set, and Abby Clark with authority answers right back.
So much pressure on the block of Unioto when they can go that quick in the middle.
Petro the serve for Gallia Academy. Batson races. Free ball by Spetnagel. Now Clark the set to Pugh, the soft touch for the kill. Blue Angels 2 points away from taking a 2-0 lead.
And there's an example where Unioto will get better and better. Trust your 5-1 setter to go get the ball and get ready to hit. If she needs help, she'll yell it out.
Batson the set. Watson the soft touch over the middle. Bennett setting it up for Pugh. Dug up by Puckett. Now Batson to Grubbs. Grubbs blocked, but it falls in front of Gallia Academy. Corey Grubbs going up strong through the block.
Batson up to 10 assists now, and Grubbs up to 6 kills.
Grubbs sends it away. Grayson Clark the set to Abby Clark, dug up by Puckett. And Puckett on the free ball. Clark the set, Abby Clark off the block. Batson near side, Spetnagel can't connect. And now set point for the Blue Angels.
Carson, that one didn't work out, but that was outstanding defensive effort back to back. And then you get on the attack. You got a good swing there. Goes a little long, but again, you stay aggressive. Again, I would say Coach Patterson far more pleased with that overall defensive effort.
Piper Pugh to serve on set point. Petro, Clark, Abby Clark. Puckett got a piece of it, but it does not matter. It sails out of bounds, and Gallia Academy will take a 2-set lead on Unioto. 25-18 in the second set. One more for a straight set win. We'll step aside, come back for set number 3. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
Back here at Gallia Academy, the Blue Angels hold a 2-0 lead over Unioto, looking for their second straight set win of the season to move to 2-0. Carson Francis and Shane Combs back with you. Shane, Gallia Academy facing a little pushback there throughout the second set. I talked to you a little bit during the break, thought Unioto played a lot better. Ultimately, Gallia Academy able to regroup and fight their way back to a second set win.
Yeah, I think what's happening is Unioto adjusting to the speed of the match a little bit. Yeah, Gallia Academy can really come at you in some big waves. You know, they constantly have hitters coming at all spots of the net. Defense has been really good. Service game's been a little inconsistent, but overall, Gallia Academy's been clicking on most of the offensive cylinders today. I agree with you. Unioto, I thought, picked up the pace there in that second set. Defensively kept a few more balls off the floor. If they can get some passes on target and give Batson a chance to find some hitters. Grubbs had some ability on the outside. I thought Dennis got a little bit more involved there in the second set. That's going to have to improve. But yeah, just incredible challenge here on opening day. If you're Unioto, you just want to continue to fight, see if you can steal this third set. But keep big picture in mind and continue to grow. Long season ahead of you.
Don't forget our next stream will be Tuesday night from Waverly. The Tigers hosting Miami Trace in another non-league volleyball contest. Shane, you and I will have the call for that one.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I know, Waverly obviously graduated an outstanding player, but have a lot back. A year older. I expect them to be a pretty athletic group. Miami Trace, outstanding setter play, big time go-to hitter. So we'll highlight a lot of different kids there in our pregame coverage there on Tuesday night. Can't wait to get down to Waverly to do that one.
Unioto trailing 2-0, trying to stave off a sweep. Emma Spetnagel trying to send it over, but can't get it there. And a service error gives a point to Gallia Academy. Grayson Clark serves it over for the Blue Angels. Bats in the set to Grubbs. Grubbs blocked. Digs it right back up. Nice save by Adkins. Spetnagel the free ball. Clark to Barnes near side, and Barnes connecting for the kill.
That's a little bit of what we're talking about in terms of who you're playing against. That's a good swing for Grubbs. Not very many teams going to have Aubrey Frazier able to play the weak side to block that strong side hitter.
Charlotte Dennis coming up on the attack near side, but too much. Clark the serve again. Batson the dig. Here's Dennis near side. Dug up by Pugh in the back row. Now Saunders down the middle. Grubbs sends it over. Nice dig by Bennett. Saunders with two hands got a piece of the net.
Yeah, Saunders just got stuck at the net there. Clark was there. Again, that's that communication where I was saying trust trust your 5-1 setter to come get it. Although in Saunders' defense there, I think she thought she could take the second ball over.
Barnes on the far side. And a violation by Unioto gives the serve back to Gallia Academy.
Comes on the attack there on the net, still get the kill.
Aspen Barnes led the team with 17 kills in the win over Fairland. Sends it away for a service ace.
Barnes gets that great extension, and when she does, she can really get on top. Her serve has some late life to it.
The first team OVC selection last year. Clark the set to Pugh near side, and Pugh fires it onto the hardwood.
Big time swing there. Been impressed with her today.
Barnes again the serve. Meeting it at the net. Aspen Barnes another service ace.
You know, the thing that Barnes and Pugh probably don't get enough credit for is how good they both are defensively. The way their athleticism can man that back row.
There's a point for Unioto as Abigail Watson splits the block. And Gallia Academy can't recover 7-2 Blue Angels. Batson lost it over. Here's Pugh coming up hot. Piper Pugh with authority. Another kill for the freshman.
I love the aggressiveness. Set right on target. The block just late to get there.
Batson to Watson. Watson blocked. Now the free ball for Batson. Clark the set. Abby Clark can't get it over. It was missed on the reach.
Yeah, one of the few miscommunications. Grayson Clark, I think, thought Abby was going to come get on top of her a little bit more the way they've been going. That time, Abby started to stretch out a little bit more, expecting it out in front. And again, they talk about it right away, and that'll be some of the things they clean up and grow as the year goes on.
Grayson Clark, the set. Aubrey Frazier, far side, just misses. Eight for Gallia Academy. Corey Grubbs, the serve for Unioto. Clark, the set. Here's Pugh, throws it down, dug up by Batson. Batson, the set. Grubbs on the free ball. Clark, the set. Abby Clark, backhand, and finds a sweet spot for the kill.
Outstanding vision. Ball there at the net, recognizing the good defender, and Watson was there, so she just kind of turns the hand and finds a hole up the net.
Mallory Petro sends it over. Puck at the free ball for Unioto. Petro. Clark the set. Pugh down the middle, dug by Batson, but out of bounds.
Example there, Carson, where it doesn't always have to be an ace to be effective. Tough serve, vaults pretty much in a free ball, and you send the free ball over to this Gallia Academy. In fact, they go insist, and you see the fake in the middle, and Hugh follows in and hammers away.
The Unioto burns the timeout. We'll quickly take it with them. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holter Health System. Back here at Gallia Academy, as the Blue Angels hold a 10-4 lead on Unioto. Here in this third set, trying to complete the sweep, Mallory Petro at the service line. There's Watson Nice dig by Aspen Barnes. Piper Pugh sends it over. Puck at the set. Kaylee Seaver. Clark to Pugh. Pugh finds a back line. Free ball Batson. Nice effort from Petro. Piper Pugh the dump, and Piper Pugh is having everything go her way today.
Well, but again, it's the X factor of Petro. Notice the difference in their communication. She comes up immediately as the back row player, calls her setter off to the net, and that's what allows them to go on the attack.
A service error into the net by Gallia Academy. Unioto trailing by 6 as Ketley Kepler goes to serve for the Shermans. And Kepler finds a spot in the back row for a service ace. They split the difference between that Gallia Academy back line.
Yeah, nice serve from the senior there. One of the ways to offset the elite attack of Gallia is just try to serve tough and not allow them to pass on target.
There's Clark, the set to Piper Pugh racing, and Piper Pugh with the soft touch for the kill.
17 now on the Saturday afternoon here as the rookie's having quite a day.
Ari Rice, the junior, comes in to serve for the Blue Angels. Grubbs receives it, but can't do anything with it. Ari Rice gets in on the service ace party.
Ari with plenty of serving and back row experience at the varsity level. Even though she's just a junior, she's one that can come in and she gets a serve going. She can really run some off in a hurry.
26 service aces last season for Ari Rice, and she's got back-to-back.
You see why she gets that low line driver that's got that knuckleball action, that late dive.
Rice will serve again. 3 straight service aces from the junior. Gallia Academy trying to pull away.
I know it's hard to tell on our side camera angle, but that ball's dancing in the air there. Tough to pick up.
And Aspen Barnes takes advantage of the Unioto overpass. Dumps it in for a kill. Blue Angels up 10.
Nice read. And just like that, it's just amazing how they spurt away from you. You look back, they did that in the first set when they started up 10-3. The second set was far more competitive, even though it was 18-10 at one point. I believe it got back to 21-17.
That's in the overpass, out of bounds. And Unioto will burn a timeout with Gallia Academy trying to run away with this one in the third set, 17-6. This is something where if you're Gallia Academy, you know, the idea is put it away while you can. Looking to do that right here.
Yeah, and it's amazing the depth that we're talking about, because you look at the ability off the bench. Over last year and then here again today, you see Ari Rice come in, and she gives you a little glimpse of just what she can do on the service line. You know, throughout the year, you might see Lauren Eachus a little bit. Remember, Lauren had a terrific sophomore year, just a junior, so she could provide some depth at the net at some point if they need it. You know, sometimes you go through injury, you go through illness, things like that. That's why it's just really hard to find a weakness with this Gallia Academy team.
Ari Rice sends it away once again for the Blue Angels. Jordan Stark sets it. Libby Anderson, the free ball. Clark to Barnes. Barnes down the chute for the kill.
So athletic, even when they're a half count off. The athleticism of Barnes just to be able to gather and go. Not a lot of hitters can do that.
Rice again. Anderson to Dennis. Dennis, the two-hand, too long.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Just missed their spot a little bit. And again, Unioto's going to grow from this. It's Unioto team. A lot of new spots in the rotation. They're going to be just fine as they move forward.
As Rice sends it into the net. Finally, Unioto going back to the service line. Great run from Ari Rice coming off the bench to go serve. Gets the job done.
Certainly can be that. And understand that's not a sub just today because you're getting a blow. That's a role that she can use. She's a spark plug.
Avery Adkins sends it away for Unioto. Clark to Abby Clark. Bats in the set for Dennis. Dennis finds that back far side corner. Unioto staying with it.
Nice job, Atkins. Just a tough enough serve the way they weren't on the attack. And Unioto's able to come back, bats into Dennis.
Adkins again to serve. Abby Clark blocked. Now bats in the set. Libby Anderson finds the spot in the back row. 3 straight points for Unioto.
Anderson, a nice all-around talent for Unioto. Batson gets it out to her there. And again, just anything positive to try to finish up the day with as you move in to the early part of your league schedule, which is going to be really good.
Barnes tools the block and gets it right back for Gallia Academy. Barnes caught the fingertip of the Unioto blocker as it drops for a point, 20-9 Blue Angels.
Unioto going to be tested with South Webster, Logan Elm, and Chillicothe still to come before their dynamite.
Now that is no easy start for Unioto, but a lot to learn from this one as well. Bennett to serve. Batson for Dennis, far side, blocked. Good recovery from Pugh. Barnes for the kill, it's blocked. And off the net, lands in front of Gallia Academy.
I think the thing that the Unioto will be most disappointed in this third set is it's one thing if Gallia Academy's offense gets going like it did in the first set. There's going to be a lot of teams that struggle with that. I think what will frustrate Unioto the most in this third set is it's been the Gallia Academy serve, and the Unioto serve receives kind of let them down, and that's something that they probably expect better of themselves.
The miscue there. Saunders whiffed on the attack attempt. And a Spetnagel back at the service line. Clark, the set. Barnes, a little too much heat.
Nice little life from Unioto here. And Spetnagel getting a nice taste of the varsity level. You make that jump from 8th grade to varsity, especially against this opponent. That's a nice welcome to the high school level.
Nice dig from Emma Spetnagel. Now Dennis, opposite way, finds the near side corner.
Yeah, it's good to see Dennis get the swing away. Had a huge year a season ago.
Grayson Clark, the set for Aspen. Barnes, dug up by Spetnagel. Now Grubbs, far side, blocked. Grayson Clark in on the connection. She'll go to the service line, 22-13 Gallia Academy. Batson to Dennis, near side, dug up by Clark. Now Frazier, opposite side to Barnes. Batson, the dump. Nice dig by Bennett. Barnes will try again. Puck at the dig. Batson to Dennis, the dump. And a violation by Gallia Academy.
Yeah, I think Frazier caught the net. She knew it. Outstanding libero play on both sides there.
Absolutely.
First Bennett and then Puckett.
Puckett will go to the service line. Puckett led the team third on the team, 178 digs. Great effort by Clark. Bennett, the free ball. Batson to Grubbs, far side. Nice dig by Bennett again. Barnes, Puckett the dig. Grayson Clark to Barnes, near side. The soft touch, couldn't get it over. And Coach Webb will burn a timeout for Gallia Academy as she tries to talk things over with her team. Again, We had a timeout as Gallia Academy was trying to close out the previous set, now trying to close out the match here in the third.
Yeah, sometimes you have timeouts that are strategical, and other times you have timeouts that maybe just talk about focus and finishing the job. You see some unforced errors first in the net and with the hitting and so forth. And what you're trying to do, you're not only competing against Unioto here in this third set, you're competing against yourself and what you're trying to accomplish over the next couple of months. So give Unioto a lot of credit here. I like how they didn't go away. It'd have been pretty easy for them just to go and get beat like 25-9 in this thing. That's just not who they are. They are obviously a lot more pride in that program. So they come back in Gallia Academy here within 22-15. And then on the other side now, let's see if Gallia Academy can focus in and finish the job.
And we talked about with the youth that Unioto has in their program, just being able to endure and to stay the course in a game like this will help you prepare for a lot of those high leverage matchups you're going to have later on, as Aspen Barnes connects with a kill, 23-15.
Yeah, Barnes, if that's not a kill, would come over to the strong side. That first ball over when she's in that rotation, she swings out of the backside.
Grubbs far side, dug up by Clark. Bennett the set. Here's Pugh into the middle. And match point awaits for Gallia Academy. Piper Pugh's had herself a day. Aspen Barnes to serve for match point. Batson the dump blocked. The recovery. Here's Grubbs far side. Nice dig by Clark. Bennett the set to Frazier. And Frazier just missing on that back line. Unioto lives to see another point.
Yeah, high IQ there from the defenders of Gallia Academy when Batson was live in the front row, went up with the live setter and able to play on there. And then Frazier trying to put it away, just missed her spot.
Kinsley Batson lost it over. Clark, the set to Pugh. Kara Spetnagel far side. Clark the set again to Saunders, and Saunders connects. Point, set, match. Gallia Academy. A straight set win over Unioto to move to 2-0.
Start to finish, really, really impressive. We knew coming in how incredible the offensive play could be, but I thought overall they served it tough. Maybe a little sloppy early, cleaned it up as the day went on, and then real impressed with their defense today. And when they defend like that and they pass like that, obviously the offense is going to do its thing. On the Unioto side, not time to panic at all. Incredible opponent on the road today. Unioto, a young group, a lot of new roles. This is a team that's going to prepare through the tough non-conference schedule and be a factor in the side of Valley Conference.
25-12, 25-18, 25-16. Gallia Academy in straight sets over the Unioto Shermans. We'll step aside and give our post-game thoughts when we return. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news. Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. Stacked with beer cheese, crispy onions, and a soft pretzel bun.
Nice buns, mate.
Boy, who fancy the song?
It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun.
She's the bar of a city, she's the boy of a...
The pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger, back for a limited time at Wendy's.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com. Unioto.com.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glo Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber to the home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glo Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glo Fiber, simply brilliant.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
Back here at Gallia Academy High School, the Blue Angels take a straight set win over the Unioto Shermans. They improve to 2-0 on the season. Unioto falling to 0-1 in their season opener. 25-12, 25-18, 25-16. Carson Francis, Shane Combs back with you. Shane, impressive showing from the Blue Angels.
Yeah, you look up and down the stat sheet, it kind of tells the story of the balance that we've been referencing all day long. You know, Pugh with 18 kills, Barnes with 12, Clark with 7, Frazier with 3, Saunders with 3. Unofficially, obviously, all of these. Clark for 39 assists. Again, in straight sets, anytime you start pushing 40 assists, that tells you the offense is really clicking. I thought the service game was slow to start. They picked up 10 aces for Gallia Academy today, with most of those coming in that third set, led by Ari Rice with 4. Barnes had 1, Bennett had a couple, Saunders had a couple, and then Petro with 1. So a lot of different kids getting involved. I thought Bennett and Petro were really good in the back row today as well to keep the ball off the floor and give them credit. Also, the size of Clark. And then what happens with Clark and Saunders in the middle, it allows Aubrey Frazier to move over to the weak side. And I referenced that 2 or 3 times. Like, not very many people have the ability to put that on the weak side. Usually, if you're lucky enough to even have an Aubrey Frazier, she's going to be a middle. But in this team, it's so deep that you're able to really move them around and do a lot of things. So yeah, I just thought they were really, really good.
And we see a lot of teams where, you know, in any sport, we talk about their depth, but sometimes it's about how you utilize your depth. And I feel like we saw that on display from Gallia Academy. You talked about the players like Mallory Petro. Ari Rice came off the bench in the third set and had a couple really great serves. So just being able to utilize the depth from top to bottom on your team, I think Gallia Academy did a great job with that today, and it goes a long way.
Yeah, I agree. And I think as the year goes on, what they're looking to accomplish is the ultimate consistency. Can they bring it start to finish? I think that was what that last timeout was about. Can they bring it start to finish and focus in and avoid the unforced errors, be it in the service game, be it in the attacks, those types of things. If you're making the aggressive error, you'll live with those sometimes. But I think what Coach Webb's looking for is the intensity start to finish. Can they play every serve? Because when you go back to the tournament a year ago, the breakdown came in a little bit of the service game, the ability to serve it tough, and then the ability to serve receive on target. And I think that's going to be the big factor for them moving forward. So I was pretty impressed with their ability to be pretty clean in those areas today for the most part.
And looking ahead for Unioto, obviously a lot to learn. A lot of things didn't go your way, but also I felt like throughout the stretch of the 3 sets, there were a lot of positives, a lot of things that Coach Patterson and his squad are going to be able to build off of going into a gauntlet of a non-league schedule next week.
I agree with that. Yeah, Batson had 14 assists today, spreading it out. The Grubbs with 6 kills, Dennis with 4, Anderson with a couple, Watson with a couple. Watson had a nice defensive play there at the net, as did Dennis on one time with the blocks. But, you know, they only had the 4 aces today. A couple for Puckett, 1 for Grubbs, and then 1 for Kepler. And I think that's probably what you're going to have to bring is just a little more of a difficult serve to keep a Gallia Academy off of the attack. What I'll say about Unioto is this. Whenever you graduate what they graduate is, yes, they return half their rotation, but of course, it's so different sports. Those juniors, even though they have varsity experience, many of them outside of Batson are playing in a little bit of a different role or going to be asked to do a little bit more. I guess Dennis is kind of in her same role for the most part, but everybody's going to be stepping up a little bit to a new role. Then you bring younger kids in, and you come here on opening day, that's baptism by fire, right? That's like ready or not, here you go. But that's why I say they're going to grow from it. Now they're going to go to South Webster. They're going to play Logan Elm. They're going to be at Chillicothe.
I had it down as at Chillicothe, but that game has since been moved to Unioto.
Well, that was the one they were going to play outside, and they couldn't do.
Yes.
Okay, so again, think about that. Those 4 non-league opponents, and then when you open SBC play, oh, by the way, here's Adina. So, you know what I mean? It's one of those where early on, there can't be panic in what Unioto's doing. They've got to keep big prize on their mind and know that they're going to grow. This is the team that already is showing some signs, and I can't wait to see them over the next 2 or 3 weeks. I think you're going to watch them improve, and it's going to happen pretty quickly.
So you just laid out the slate for Unioto. Obviously, no easy ones next week. At South Webster Monday, home against Logan Elm Thursday, and home against Chillicothe on Saturday. And for Gallia Academy, their next matchup will be Tuesday night at Ironton. They come back here to face Bloom Carroll, and then will travel to Miami Trace on Saturday. So that's not necessarily a cakewalk for them either.
No, not at all. And again, that's what they're looking to do is push things forward a little bit, right? Try to really challenge them to take it to the next level. And I'm excited to watch it. They're really talented.
Well, our coverage here on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by our new title sponsor in Holzer Health Systems, continues tomorrow with the Haynes Total Healthcare Coaches Call-In Show. That will be live in our Chillicothe Sports Card Studio. I believe that will be going live at around 7 p.m. tomorrow. I could be wrong, but that will be on our YouTube page, so you can verify that and then tune in. You'll hear from a lot of our area's football, volleyball, and soccer coaches tomorrow night. Don't want to miss that one. Early this week, Shane, you and John will have Overtime presented by Perfection One, our weekly podcast, and then a loaded week of live stream coverage next week. Tuesday, we'll be in Waverly as Miami Trace takes on the Tigers in a non-league volleyball contest. Thursday, Shane, you and John will be back down here at Gallia Academy as the Blue Angels host a really talented Bloom Carroll team that we saw over at the Root just a couple weeks ago. Friday night, we'll have our football action. Wheelersburg taking on Chillicothe. That's going to be quite the matchup. I'm ready to see that one. And then Saturday evening, our Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week. It's a volleyball match this time around. Unioto hosting Chillicothe.
Yeah, how about that week? So if you like high school sports, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that button there, and then just let Sosa take you through the entire week. Do it in a lot of different forms. Like you said, we take pride in trying to bring it from a lot of different angles. Got the coaches' comments that you're going to get a little podcast in there, get some volleyball strength, some football strength. So, fall's an exciting time. I know you and I've had a busy 3-day stretch here, but I'm anxious to keep it going.
I'm excited to have all the calls on these games with you. And one final time from Gallipolis, the Blue Angels take a straight set win over Unioto, 25-12, 25-18, 25-16 to improve to 2-0 on the young season. From Shane Combs, I'm Carson Francis. We thank you for tuning in to today's presentation of Ohio High School Volleyball here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System. Enjoy the rest of your day.